We are live.
Let's go!
Hell yeah. What's up, motherfucker?
Back.
Welcome back.
Back in the
Welcome
saddle,
back.
baby. For at least a day. It's been a run. It's been a
That's
run.
Awesome, though.
I'm ready to take a nap, dude. My body, like, I was training, because when I travel, I train every day. Because it keeps me going, it regulates my circadian rhythm, all that. But like, I'm like, dude, I got to start taking. So when I'm home, I'm taking more days off. Like, just the sheer like flights and like, it's just everything's kind of locked up. I don't know if you get like that when you travel, but it's just like shit. And then standing all day at that event on Friday was just a lot. But I can't complain, man. It was an amazing event. Let me pull up this picture from the event. It was such a good time. This lovely girl Nicole helped us out. She's great. So here's our little booth at Natural Body. There it is. Yeah, there it is. So there was the shirts we had made special for it. Intellect over emotions. A microsheet special. We had the planta bars cut up. People were going nuts over the planta bars.
Are delicious.
People were going absolutely insane. They did not expect a plant-based protein bar to taste that good. We got them available. They are on Tiger Fitness now, by the way. Coupon code Evening Rants gets you 10% off the planta bar. Pretty excited about it. What a great event, man. I was pretty excited because I didn't expect to have that big of a crowd for me. And I haven't been to a bodybuilding event in months. And the fact that, you know, I'm somewhat still relevant felt kind of cool. Not going to lie. Felt a little bit nice.
Let me guess. None of the people that said they're going to come find you ever came and found you.
Nobody's finding me. I'm not hard to find. I'm literally in a place with a public address every single day. I'm not hard to find. I don't want to fight anybody. I would just like you to say the crap to my face. I think it'd be great, especially these groypers. The groypers are by far, now these, I actually have, you know how in crime they profile people. These are young adults or older adults who never really had a father figure in their life. So they gravitate towards, you know, people like them. Somebody who's skinny fat, somebody who's mentally weak, but somebody who speaks about stuff that they might feel slighted. For example, how do you vilify a group of people? Well, you get mad at them because they have more stuff than you. And the Jews are always good scapegoats because Jews have a lot of stuff. They do very well in most societies you put them in. And look, man, here's the deal. I'm not pro-Israel. I'm not anti-Israel. I'm not pro-Ukraine. I'm not anti-Ukraine. Somebody put it, I'm not even America first. You know what I am? I'm America only. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a flying fuck about any of this international stuff. I think that America is $35 trillion in debt. I think we need to stop funding Ukraine. We're funding both Palestine and Israel. I think we need to stop funding women's studies in friggin' Pakistan. I'm not for any of that. America needs to put America first and foremost. And that means America only. That means we cut off the aid. We take the money. We need to take that money and pay off our debt. We need, look, man, if I'm in debt and I'm accruing 17% interest on a credit card, am I going to lend money to my neighbor? No,
absolutely.
I'm going to be like, look, man, I understand you're having some tough times. I get it. I've been there, but I'm accruing 17% interest on my Visa Anytime card every single month. So you know what? You know, you're going to have to go find somewhere else to get the money. If I had it, I'd give it to you. That's where America needs to be right now. I'm not Israel first. People think because, oh, you're Jewish, that I'm not Israeli. Like, yeah, by heritage, I guess you could say I'm an Ashkenazi Jew. I'm European Jew, whatever you want to call us. It says on my 23andMe, I'm 42.3% Ashkenazi Jew, but that doesn't mean that I support a country I've never been to. And I've been to a lot of countries. I've been to Brazil. I've been to UK. I've been to Australia. I've been to New Zealand. I don't think we should send them money either.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. Like we're just like you said, we're $35 trillion in debt. That is like 10 times the amount of money that our government brings in through revenue. Like as just to put that in reference, if that was you personally, you would not be able to put anything else on your fucking credit card. You would not be able to get another fucking loan. I mean, like you would not be able to do so. Like the government just keeps borrowing. But for this guy, like, so what I saw was that he basically said that Trump is a grave threat to the United States. And I'm sorry, but and Mark can speak for himself, but we have both been very, very vocal. We were vocal about Trump, the negative portions of Trump in 2020 and 2021. We were vocal about it, right? And I still do not really love the man. I ever like after 2020, I think he really dropped the ball. It is a super concern to me. But I am going to vote for the person that opposes the person that is running on a platform of taking guns away, stifling free speech, and basically running the economy into the ground with price fixing and stuff like that, right? Like, to me, like, I get it that you want to be all controversial. This little fucking skinny ass bitch of a fucking. I swear it would not surprise me if he took money from the Democratic Party at all, like at all.
No, this is, and also how he was literally inciting people on January 6th, and so and there were people like the Proud Boys guy. He's literally in jail. He wasn't even in the state.
Yeah.
And he's in jail. How does anybody not think that, or at least not at least have the slightest doubt that this guy is not associated with the feds? There's no other explanation. He's given this explanation. Somebody posted it today, and I'm like, dude, that doesn't matter. What matters is that everybody else who was near it, who didn't have a press pass, is being thrown in the clink, is being put in solitary confinement. Yet this guy's left out there to speak against. And if Israel runs everything, and this guy was in fact doing what he was doing on January 6th, wouldn't he be the first one they put away? Because the Jews run everything, right? So if the Jews run everything, and he was even in the vicinity of the Capitol, and he wasn't a Fed, or he wasn't an asset of the feds, there's no way in hell this guy would be free right now if the Jews do run things. Think about it, guys. I know it's hard to think critically when you're just a tribal fucking sheep, but dude, think about this critically. How the hell is this guy? And then all of a sudden before, like, what, 43 days before the election, he's saying, I'm not voting for Trump.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally not a Fed.
And he's calling him a threat to the United States. Like, do you know what's a threat to the United States, Nick? Pussy ass bitches who look like they couldn't do 5 push-ups. That's a threat to the United States.
How is this their guy? And he has a bunch of people who call themselves groypers. First of all, guys, that's lame. Like that's just lame. If you have a fake persona, number one, I'm okay with the anonymity thing. I used to have a problem with. Then I met a lot of the bow-tied guys, like, bow-tied Ox and bow-tied Yukon. They're great guys, and I actually know them. I actually know who they are personally. I know where they live. They're good dudes. They just don't want any smoke personally. I get it. I get the anonymity thing if you're speaking on stuff, right? I get it. And I don't have to worry about that as much because I do my own thing and it's kind of my brand. But dude, if you're anonymous and you take on literally the name of a follower, guys, I don't know about you, but I remember back in the day on YouTube Fitness, people were like, oh yeah, I'm in the gym army. I'm in this, I'm in that. I'm like,
I hated that shit.
And we had this, I'm a 5%er. And I'm like, guys, and then I'd have people who like me, who were actually going to war for me. And they're like, what should we call ourselves? I'm serious. This was a conversation that had. And I said, call yourself your name. I'm like, I do not want people following me. You're a weak person if you have to be somebody's bitch. Every groyper out there is a cuck. You are just a follower. You do not think for yourselves. And you're putting this little itty bitty man who just says shit up on a pedestal. Well, he's just telling the truth. Really? Is he? He's cherry picking. So nobody has an answer for. So is the, what nationality and religion is the CEO of Chase, the bank, the largest bank in the world? What religion is he?
I have no idea.
He's an Orthodox Greek. Oh. He literally, and Petey told me this on Friday when I was hanging out with Petey. It's just one of those things where if you cherry pick, yeah, there are a lot of successful and really bad Jews out there. But why does the guy from Chase get a fucking pass? Because he's not Jewish? Why aren't we calling out why aren't we calling out the Greek Orthodoxy? Like, this is just absolutely retarded. It's so easy to just blanket statement it and act like all Jews will inherently back Israel. You guys have not followed my shit. You guys have not followed me any step of the way. I've been more critical of aid to Israel than anybody. Well, your mom served in IDF. Yes. And my great grandfather was a horse thief, of which I'm neither. I've never served in the IDF, and I'm not a horse thief. Just because someone you're related to did something. And by the way, yeah, I'm proud of my mom serving in the military. That's pretty fucking awesome. Oh, well, they did bad things. Militaries do bad things, guys. I wasn't there.
All militaries do bad things. But I will also point out that if your mom was in the IDF and Jewish people run the world, these people don't even really believe that, right? Because if they believed it, why wouldn't you just be able to reach out and, you know, touch Nick?
I don't even know any of these Jews. Like, I want to know them. Look, if I get a chance to meet with a successful CEO who's Jewish of a large company, if I get a chance to meet with the CEO of Chase, I'm taking that meeting, because I always want to surround myself with successful people with the mindset to become successful. I don't care what religion or race they are. I just want to surround myself with good people who are successful. And that's why I bring up this tweet that kind of led to everything. So I woke up and I was reading some shit about Fuentes. I'm like, I was thinking this to myself. So, you know, I'm like, I'm just going to fucking say it. And my tweet was, the amount of grown men who follow Nick Fuentes like he's a god is alarming. And here's why. People are like, well, why'd you throw an insult? There's no insult in here. It was a question. He's never had a job outside of podcasting. He's never raised a family. He's never contributed time to meaningful charities that will make the world better. All he does is say controversial things. He's a shock jock. He's a grifter. Yeah. He's a modern day right wing, I guess. I don't know. Now that he's against Howard Stern. That's all he is. His talent is getting people to listen to him and saying insightful things that get people riled up and give people someone to blame. Let's blame the Jews. Yeah, the Jews did it. Let's blame all the Jews. Every single Jew. Which Jew? Every single Jew. Every Jew, everybody who has any lineage of Judaism in them is a fucking evil person. You run the world. Who runs the world? You do. Well, I don't know those people. Well, you do. Huh? Then none of this even makes sense, Alan. This wasn't an insult. Answer the question. Answer the question. Like, well, they can't. Why? Why do you follow him? Because he tells the truth. He tells you what you want to hear is the truth. The reason that your life sucks, the reason that you're not successful, the reason that you can't fucking put money together, the reason why you can't move up the corporate ladder is because the Jews are blocking you. It's the modern day equivalent of the man. Remember the man? The man is holding you back. There's no man holding you back. You know why? Because America, we don't give a fuck about anybody. We don't give a fuck about anybody but ourselves. America is too lazy to hold anybody back. If you want something, you go get it. I have business partners of every race, every nationality, every religion, Iranian, Black, Latino. It doesn't matter. If you want to be successful, you can be successful. There's no Jews holding you back. There's no Jews controlling the world. You know who controls the world? Well, mostly evil fucking people. And some of them happen to be Jewish. Some of them happen to not be Jewish. There are a lot of Jewish people. Okay, that doesn't mean there's some fucking Jewish cabal that's holding you back. The only person holding you dumb fucks back is yourself. And instead of posting online, putting a fake picture of Pepe the Frog as yourself and being a groiper, maybe you should go out, I don't know, be a professional, work in a corporation, get a real fucking job. The problem is you guys don't want to work. You are the thing you complain about. And they're so racist. Oh, black people are lazy. I know a lot of really rich black people who work their ass off. The reason they're more successful than you isn't because the Jews are propping them up. They're successful because they fucking work their ass off. And that's what meritocracy in the greatest country on fucking earth does. And you dumb motherfuckers are pointing to this fucking bogeyman, fucking Israel. Israel doesn't give a fuck about you. America doesn't give a fuck about you. You know why? Because you're the only reason you're not successful. You're not successful because you keep looking at someone to blame for your own fucking faults, your own fucking laziness, your own fucking complacency, and the fact that I guarantee you 9 out of 10 of these groypers had a shitty dad or didn't have a dad at all.
Exactly.
Pussies. Fucking pussies. Come at me, you racist fucks. Come at me. I don't like any of the shit they say. The anti-black shit, the anti-Jewish shit. Fuck you. Everybody's an individual. Just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean I think the same as my business partner, Andrew. Just because I'm Jewish doesn't mean that I think the same as the fucking CEO of Goldman Sachs. You want a sack? Put this sack in your fucking mouth, groypers. Thank you. That was good. I like
Well
that one. That
fucking
was good.
said. Well, that was
Thank
a
you.
good segue.
Thank you.
It was
Did you
very
see
good
how I
segue.
did Sachs? Even though it's a different Sack. Sack is
Sax and then
SACH.
Sack, yeah.
I went
Yeah.
SACK.
Yeah, and it's kind of I got it.
It flowed. It flowed really well. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I've been working on. I've been
know-
planning that one all day. It was a climax. That was the climax.
Wrote that down. So what nationality is Klaus Schwab?
He's German, isn't he?
He's a.
I think
fucking
he's
son of a
Jewish
Nazi.
though. He's a Nazi.
He's a Nazi.
I mean, Jesus Christ. But okay, so they're promoting all this stuff, like, you know, marriage and this and that. Okay, I have a question for you guys. Seriously, hear me out. Hear me out, Alan.
Mhm.
Why is the spokesperson for being married and being Christian a single guy who everybody thinks is gay? Have a fucking kid, get married.
Yeah,
I mean, dude,
that's
shouldn't the guy leading the charge? That's why I think he's a grifter and a Fed. Because shouldn't the guy leading the charge for being responsible, well, obviously he's waiting till marriage, I guess, to have sex with women and not men. But I mean, look, shouldn't the guy leading the charge for conservative men be an actual conservative man? And look, that's why Matt Walsh, you can't say shit about Matt Walsh. He has like 10 kids.
So wait, so he thinks he's a conservative leader?
He's supposedly like, supposedly like values and, making him.
What values? Racism? Racism's not a
hating
value.
Jews.
Racism is a character flaw.
Racism is disgusting.
To be dumb enough to judge everybody by their entire heritage. Like I'm a firm believer. Like I call myself Italian American all the time because I grew up being called Italian American because like my parents are old enough to remember when my grandparents remembered when Italians were put into camps in America. You know what I mean? Like
the good old days.
The good old days, right? So, but I'm a firm believer. Like I'm just an American. Like I mean,
yes.
And we should all just like. There's no African American. You bitches are not from Africa. You're from America. Like,
Except for Wayne.
Except for Wayne.
Yes.
Wayne who?
Wayne Mutada.
Oh, Wayne Mutada and Elon Musk.
Yeah. Elon Musk is certainly an African American.
He's an African American. He's from Africa and he's here. I mean, like it's weird.
Tell me how that works.
Well, he immigrated from Africa, so he's an African American.
Yeah, but they don't consider him an African American. That's the funniest part. You have to be black.
Because he's not black. So
is that how they say it in South Africa?
I don't know. I just made it up. But
it sounded right. It sounded right.
Yeah. But like I'm all for us dropping all that shit. Like if it's so crazy, like because if we went back if we 23 to meet Nick Fuentes, I bet you there's some Jewish in there, Nick. I bet you there's some Jewish in there.
There's no purebred Americans.
There's no purebred Americans. I bet you there's some Jewish in there. I bet you there's some black in there too, Nick. I don't know. He's pretty.
I don't have any black in me, dude. My wife's like 2% North African because she's Sicilian, and Sicily's like right on. It's basically Africa. It's right there, and that explains her large ass.
Well, the jumping, dude. So.
Yeah, dude. I'm not joking. Like when we used to train together a lot, we used to do more of the athletic stuff. Like she could box jump like a champ. I'm like, yeah. And then she got her 23andMe. I'm like, yeah, that explains it.
That makes sense.
She's got, that 2%. It was all posterior chain, just 2% jump skills. Right. But I don't understand any of it. I don't understand cults. Like I don't understand following. I don't understand this vote blue no matter who. I don't understand any of this shit. And guys, I implore you, don't follow us. Be friendly with us. We could be friends. We could follow each other online. That's as much but don't be like a groiper. Don't label yourself as someone else. That's very cucky. That's extremely cucky. That is so disappointing. Like you are a disappointment to your mother. You are a disappointment to your absentee father. Your fucking grandfather's rolling over in his grave. You have done nothing good. If you're going online spewing hate as a groiper, you've just lost the fucking plot. You've lost the plot. You're not cool.
So all you bitches are not going to vote for Trump because you're big time conservatives. Like, well, do you guys realize what's going to happen if Trump loses, right? Or if we allow him to steal it from Trump? Like, it's if you can call yourself a conservative, you would suck it the fuck up and vote for the side that is not talking about destroying the Constitution.
Sounds
exactly like a liberal. Our comments are always amazing.
So unlike these guys, I actually go out in public, right, to events that aren't mine. So I meet a lot of new people. For example, in New York, I met 500 new people this weekend, at least.
Awesome.
And I guarantee you, nobody except for a couple people who came from Twitter know who Nick Fuentes is.
Yeah.
Nobody does. Just like, you know, I was
not
just
like a movement.
Nobody knows. It's such everybody thinks he can go against Trump all he wants. It's not going to impact the vote. Nick Fuentes at the end of the day does not have the juice to impact the vote. He just doesn't. I don't either. Shit. The only one out there who can impact the vote is probably Joe Rogan. Yeah. That's it. Because Joe has a base that has grown so big and so diverse. He has the fight fans. He has the comedy fans. But like even Tucker Carlson, those are people who are already voting right. My followers, I don't see, the thing is, unless it's on Twitter, nobody on Instagram, I don't do anything political on Instagram because I keep fitness and politics separate. But I certainly don't have enough to fucking influence a vote. I mean, so you really think that Nick doing this, like, oh, we're gonna have the Groyper thing. It's like, okay. Dude, Trump doesn't give a fuck because it's such a small microscopic movement. All movements are microscopic. And like these stupid Democrat ads on Twitter, you're giving Elon your money for no reason. You're not influencing anything. Another thing I don't understand is fucking rallies. Yeah. Nobody's going to a rally who wasn't already going to vote for you. We're having this conversation. I was speaking to these great two young black men. We were talking, they were Trump voters, go figure, in New York. And, you know, we were just talking like, dude, don't do rallies. Like, go just to a random fucking town hall or something. Go to like a football game, you know, like not a fucking NFL game, like a fucking Pop Warner football game. Walk on the field like, hey guys, I'm Trump. Good to meet you. Like, those, you might influence 20 people there, but you're not getting any new voters doing these fucking rallies. Right. And Fuentes really thinks like, dude, we live in such a Twitter bubble where we think we're more important than we are, but we're not. Twitter is still a bubble. There's a lot of users, but I doubt there's that many active users. And only 1% of the users actually produce content.
Yep. So I just wanted to answer this one. Trump loved Nick when he had dinner with him. I'm sure he doesn't mind Nick now because Nick's kind of inconsequential. I do find it funny that you think you're on first name basis with him when he would have no fucking idea who you are. And like, the thing is, if Nick went to dinner with him, all of a sudden, did the check clear for him to not, because Nick going to dinner with him was a problem for Trump. Like it caused issues, right? People were upset, but Trump still did it because he wants to talk to all of his voters. So did Nick's check clear for him now to like start fucking throwing it against it? Because that sounds certainly like controlled opposition-y. And my other very strong question for you, Mr. Hans, whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, Burnaby. Which one's you? Like, first of all, your tweets are protected like a bitch. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're here commenting multiple times, but yet you won't comment publicly. So that's kind of bitchy. But also, which one of these pussy ass bitches is you? which one? Because you look stupid as fuck. All four of you. Which one? You guys look like the type of people that would follow a pussy ass bitch. You really do.
Oh,
so that's my 2 cents.
That's your best profile picture, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. Hold on. Here's a good one. I'm just scrolling through my replies. Will give us a whole fucking show today. Who is paying you to go after Nick Fuentes like this? Everybody. Dude, they don't have enough money to buy me. Yeah. Now, I do have a price. That's where I'm honest. Yeah. There is a price. I told you guys, Travis Kelce got 20 million to fucking simp for Pfizer. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would. I'm intellectually honest, guys. Look, I'm not fuck you rich, but you guys do realize I gave up millions and millions of dollars to stand up to vaccine mandates. You really think I'm going to take $1,000? Do you guys know what my mortgage is? Come on, guys. Give me a break. Give me a break.
Yeah.
Like, did I get paid? Some of his topics are okay and make some keywords, some good points, but why all of a sudden is this propaganda? Nick endorsing Kamala. Oh, this is about our title.
No.
Nick, it's clickbait.
Here you go. Here you go, Nick. I'll gladly tell you why. If you are saying you're not going to vote for Trump and calling him a danger to America, you are endorsing Kamala Harris.
You're absolutely right, Alan. You're absolutely right. Now, we're not getting paid, but again, like, I just want to put it out there. Just want to put it out there.
Who's paying us? You mean
we will take money. I mean, we're not above it, but we've just yet to have, like, dude, I was so upset at the Laura Chen thing. She was giving people $100,000 an episode from Russia. And I'm just like, yo, we've been anti-Ukraine war forever. Russia,
right?
Where are we at? Like, can we get some love? We will sell out. Like, we'll whatever you're offering them, we'll take 80%. I think that's fair. $80,000 an episode, Alan. I'll fucking wear a Putin shirt. Like, I'm telling you guys, and you do realize, like, we do have, I'm almost at 100,000 on Twitter. I have like 400 something thousand on YouTube, whatever. You do realize we're not big enough to get paid. I mean, Tim Pool's at what, 2 million Twitter? Like, come on, guys. He's over 1.5 million on YouTube.
It's very weird how people, like, how a lot of the comments are like, well, you guys worship Trump. No, the fuck I don't, dude. I mean, like,
where have they been?
You can go through my history and find hundreds of tweets about me saying that Trump is fucking drop the ball. Trump under his presidency, we were listed as essential and non-essential citizens, completely unconstitutional. Many unconstitutional things happened in 2020 under Trump's watch. I'm hoping he learned from his mistakes, but I will just say one more time, there is not really a choice, because one side wants to literally end the Constitution. They want to take the Second Amendment. They want to pack the court. They said they're going to do these things. And, you know, standing against that is endorsing that side. Like standing against Trump is endorsing that side. It is literally like the same thing as these crazy abortion people who are like, I can't vote for Trump. So you want it to be the land of the law, because they'll pack the court and they'll make it so it's like, you know, it can get done at a Walgreens and shit.
Yeah. And look, man, post-birth, look, man, it's that, what do they call that? Oculum's razor. So again, I used to think this was crazy talk, but hear me out, guys. The left, I have no doubt, they will make post-birth abortion legal.
Yeah.
They literally already talked about it. Governor Northam, from before he was voted out of office, he literally, we'll make the baby comfortable, and then we'll just get rid of it. They'll literally euthanize a living baby. So don't underestimate evil. And so, look, man, we're pro-choice with term limits. I speak for Alan because we've talked about it so many times. Yeah. But you have to realize that sometimes in life, you won't get your perfect candidate. And that's pretty much every time. There's nobody who's going to agree with any of us. That's me, you, Hans, Andrew Meyer. That's everybody out there. There is no perfect candidate. In fact, my views from 2020 to now are way different. So we won't even agree with ourselves in a few years, because as humans, we evolve mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically.
The world evolves though, too. Like the situation we're in now is much different. Like you can, and for those of you that think we're pro-Trump, I have just not too long ago said that Trump is literally just a backstop. He is like to slow down the spread of authoritarianism. So we, the people, can then hold him accountable and everybody around him. Like, I hope Robert Kennedy, I hope if they're able to beat the steal, I hope Robert Kennedy can do what he's claiming to do, because we do need to make America healthy again. And Mark and I have been talking about making America healthy again for years, way before any of these other people said it. Like, way before. We have T-shirts from way before. We have printed T-shirts from way before that was ever said. But I hope so. But it'll be our job as the people, all of us, not African Americans, Jewish Americans, Italian Americans, as Americans, to hold them accountable for the promises that they're making now. And if they can't do it, which I highly doubt they'll be able to do everything, then we need to pick up the ball where they end. And when Trump is done, we need to make sure we do something different. And if we want a different party, we have 4 more years to try to get a different party, hopefully under better economy, when people are more concerned about their future than they are about their immediate present, because that's a huge reason why the squeeze is on the American people, because the squeeze is on the American people. So all they can think about is what's happening next. Can I pay my bills? Can I buy groceries this week? They're thinking very immediate. They're not thinking about the future. So it's easier to sell them on something. That's the thing, you know?
I actually disagree. I think RFK will get most of what he says done. I think RFK will get it done within the first year.
If he can't, but he needs the right backing, and that's what I'm waiting to see. That's what I'm waiting.
Well, I think again, if RFK's in there, he's a bull in a china shop. Like that dude's going to go out there and he's going to crush it. Like he's going to absolutely crush it. I have no doubt. Yeah. And why am I voting for Trump? Easy. RFK. That was who I was voting for before RFK told everybody to vote for Trump. I mean, I was an RFK voter, and then I'm like, after the first attempt at Trump's life, I was like, you know what? This is too important to have a vote that isn't going to win. So that's why I picked Trump. But I'm an RFK guy. Well, he's a Democrat. I'm like, so am I. I'm like, I'm literally a 90s Democrat. I fit, other than his weird kind of, it's not really a stance, but his stance on the Second Amendment is Congress has a right to do something. And if Congress puts through something and it's on his desk, he will not veto it, which I disagree with. But on most other things, even climate change, he's not about the Paris Accord or any of that, from what I understand. He's about just having a really clean earth. Who doesn't want a really clean earth without raising our taxes? We should have those things. So I'm an RFK guy, and I agree with more of him than I do Trump. So when RFK is like, I'm on team Trump, I'm like, well, that makes that easy. And so, look, for you guys looking for the perfect candidate, a non-vote is a vote for Kamala. We need every vote we can get. And so this isn't the time.
If you're not smart enough to see that, it's kind of sad.
But I mean, like,
it's kind of sad.
Yeah, like Andrew said, I put it up earlier. You know, it's how is he not arrested for Jan 6? How is he all of a sudden going for Kamala? This guy is definitely on the payroll of the federal government. I have no doubt in my mind. There's no other logical conclusion for everything he's doing. There's no other logical conclusion for his non-arrest from January 6th. There's no other logical conclusion for what's going on other than the fact that he is a federal asset. Okay, he is a informant. He is out there to persuade people. And the government knows that y'all are a bunch of soft bitches who can be easily manipulated by someone who's funny and who talks really fast. And that's what Nick Fuentes is. So I'm really like, I'm at a loss because I'm really saddened to see so many weak men following other weak men.
Well, I mean, like we have Hans still asking, like, we're not asking for a perfect candidate. We're asking for Trump to return to his 2016 instincts. Or you're not going to vote for him. Like, if he doesn't fall in line exactly with you, you're not going to vote for him. That's controlled opposition, you know?
Oh God. Oh, here we go. No, we don't. We don't. I don't. I'm not even Jewish. I'm agnostic, and Alan is atheist. So here's the real thing. I actually just had this conversation.
You sound so stupid. So, go ahead.
Well, I just had this conversation with one of my fellow coaches on the youth football team. I'm not sure. I'm still not decided on who my God or religion is. All I do is I try to live the life as best I can, as ethical as I can. Look, I've made mistakes, but again, Christians are the first one to say, you know, man is not without sin. That's why Jesus died for our sins. Right? So I am still exploring which religion I'm going to be. Now, I'm leaning towards more of a Christian faith. I have not done enough because I am a very science-minded individual. And Alan's, we've gone over research. We were arguing this morning about some fasting study, right? Like we always extrapolate. So I don't just have blind faith. So how is we're just going to go with this. So how is being agnostic and atheist cringe? I can say that if we wanted to play devil's advocate, no pun intended, I can say that believing in something that we have no physical proof of is cringe, but it's not. I think any society without religion will inherently fail. But I do challenge you to this. I've made my sins. I've done my sins. I've made mistakes in life. I've done it. And I don't have I don't have anybody to, to repent to, right? Like, because Catholics just repent and everything's all good. But I will say this: for most of my life, I've given probably over $1 million in charity. I've probably given well over 7 figures to charity, and I've employed many people. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. I've raised 3 children in a very happy marriage, and I do community service frequently. I coach multiple sports teams without pay. So I just want to know how you are more likely to go to heaven than I am. If you do believe in heaven, is God retarded? I just want to ask you that.
I'd like to point out that there's nothing more cringe than putting cringe in 2 comments in a row. From the burger enjoyer, so likely a fat fuck. But
yeah, you're fat. He's just mad because he's fat. His circulation's all fucked up. No blood flow to his brain.
So here's the thing: like, you're asking people if we've accepted Jesus Christ, blah blah blah, Lord and Savior. I have said many times, I think a lot of people need Jesus. I'm just not one of them, you know. And I can tell you this straight from how I view shit. Right? You had no fucking idea, so it doesn't matter. Like,
we'll find out one day.
You had to ask this. You had to ask this question in order to be able to make reference on it, right? Like, that's the thing. Like, and I will also point out that only like 5% of Catholics, Christians, religious people have read the actual Bible. Only like 5%. So
I actually
you're gonna
went
have to
to
miss me
Lutheran.
with that.
So Alan's, he knows the Bible more than most Christian scholars I know. I actually went to a Lutheran college. So I took a lot of religion courses, and I also read the Bible prior to going to Lutheran school. My son, Thomas, he just started reading the Bible because he wanted to. So
Sweet.
that's how we roll again. But what is religion? It's a moral and ethical code for society to live by. The 10 Commandments, the 5 pillars of Islam, the tenets of Buddhism, like whatever you want to put it. So I look at it like this: like, I live my life as close to the good book as I can. I try to be a good husband. I try to be a good father. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm as close to, I told my wife this the other night. We were just having a discussion. I'm like, this is about as good as I'm ever going to get, I think. I don't think I get better than this, as far as being a loving father. I don't hit my kids. I don't have to. I have really well-behaved, well-rounded kids who are phenomenal. If you guys follow me on Instagram, talking about being religious, I'm the most blessed man in the world. I have an amazing daughter. I have 2 amazing sons. I am the most blessed man in the world. And my kids, my daughter doesn't drink. She's in college. And I've raised kids with morals, ethics, and work ethic. And in my opinion, if you have that strong value as a family, you don't necessarily need to pray to that hopeful thing in the sky. And again, I love religion. I'm the biggest fan of religion you'll ever find. But for me, I've yet to find a religion that I find solace with, that I find comfort with, that I could fully buy into, because I have too many questions. And the whole point of religion is you have to have faith. But the science mind in me, the ADHD, read everything, question everything twice, has prevented me from blindly following just any religion. So I just want to be clear. I'm not anti-religion. Maybe I'm just too much. I have too much fault in my heart where I question faith. And that's a fault. But again, if you believe in the Bible, if you believe in the teachings of Jesus Christ, you believe that no man is free of sin, and that's why Jesus died for our sins. My sin is questioning things. But as a human being, despite having mistakes in my life that are not moral, that are not ethical, I would say that 95% of my life has been lived in a way that Jesus Christ would be very proud of.
Well, and the thing is, anybody, like, when people say, have you accepted Lord Jesus Christ, blah, 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 this and that, that you apparently haven't, because Jesus would tell you not to judge people. I mean, what the fuck, man? Like, I mean, well, if you guys aren't going to stick by like your own religion, like, then why the fuck should I even listen to you?
Well, think about the mentality.
Like, people like judge you because you're atheist, but like you're going to be in line in front of me if hell's a thing, right? You realize that because you're judging people, right? I mean, it's just. it's very
Well,
weird how like they don't even realize these things. Like you being religious is not a credit card on you being able to be an ass and judge people about their other religious beliefs. And it's just kind of a sad thing that these people like they claim a religion, but they are so fucking stupid in their own religion that they don't understand the fucking tenets of it. They don't understand the premise of it. It's fucking weird.
Amen, amen, dude. And I would just like to say that it's that cult mentality, right?
Yeah,
like it's groypers are likely to be religious, and I'll tell you why. Because it makes them feel elite, right? Like I'm better than you because I'm going to heaven because I've accepted Jesus Christ. I'm better than you because I think Jews are evil because I'm a groyper. It's the same follower sheep mentality, and that's what kills our country. That's what's ruining the world, and that's what ruined us during COVID. Oh, he's wearing a mask. I'm wearing a mask. I'm better than that guy not wearing a mask. It's the same mentality. You have to realize, Burger Enjoyer, Hans Burnaby, guys, I'm imploring you. You're better than this, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. You're a man. I'm assuming, Hans. I'm assuming. No, you have the ability to be a man. I encourage you to go fucking, dude, get your testosterone levels checked. I guarantee you both have low testosterone. I guarantee you the average testosterone of a Nick Fuentes follower is in the 200s. Get a fucking needle, fill it with some testosterone, inject that shit right in your butt cheek. It'll cure that shit right away. You guys are just basically thinking like females. You're emotional. You're a follower. You're basically a bitch. So we need you to not be bitches. We need strong men. I don't want you to follow me. I don't want you to be Team Mark. I don't want you to be Team Allen. What I want you to be is an independent thinker who can act on his own. And again, like that shirt said in the first thing I post, intellect over emotions, fellas. And Alan has officially left the chat. We're having a little internet issue. It's obviously the Jews did that.
The Jews. The fucking Jews. The Jews
did it. The Jews did it.
It
was the Jews.
The Jews.
It was the Jews. It was them.
I fucking can't even fucking sell more sugar products at Tiger Fitness, dopey.
Sure. Okay. What are you doing to help? How many people? So how many people have you helped fix,
how about this?
Cure, treat type 2 diabetes?
Both you, either one of you want to come on live? Come on live right now.
I would love to see that.
You have to have your camera on your face. It has to be you, no disguise, no nothing, because you have to. And we'll bring you on live right now.
There's the link right there in the comments section, whatever platform you're on. So Burger Enjoyer, we'd love to discuss this. Like let's and we've done this before. We're very polite, very kind. So just come on. But I got to tell you one Jew I'm not really happy with, Alan.
Who's that?
It's this Zelensky guy.
Oh, that's right.
So I got to show you this video. It's pretty long. I mean, we could probably watch the whole thing. Why not? So hold on. They fly this guy in on our taxpayer dime in a U.S. Air Force, in a U.S. jet. So he's flown in on our dime on an official government plane, and he's not a part of our government. So that right there pisses me off. This cost probably $1 million. Pilots, fuel. It's a far-ass flight.
Security.
They fly him in on this plane. Look at these fat fucks. All bunch of fat, sloppy fucks. Zelensky's kind of a little pudgy fuck, isn't he?
Yeah.
Okay, so. Oh, whoa. Hold on. Something fucked up. Okay, I got it. There we go. So here he is. They got the fucking music. So this dumb motherfucker, this piece of shit, goes to a ammunition factory. He goes to an ammunition factory. I mean, for a war we're not even supposedly in. We're supposedly not in this war. We're not at war with Russia. Yet we have the president of the country they're fighting against at one of our ammunition factories. And they're making this look like a fucking docudrama. They got the fucking music, all fucking Avengers type shit. Jesus Christ. Look at that, another fat fuck. Why is everybody fucking fat?
Yeah, Everybody's fat.
Another fat fuck.
And I'll even point out that the smaller guy was fat.
Yeah, he was skinny fat. Definitely has Cindermax action going on. I like how we bring everything back to people being fat.
Everything comes back to it.
It's a
Everything
gift.
does.
Fat.
Yep.
Fat, skinny fat, bald fat. Okay, for fuck's sakes, old guys, I'm losing my hair. I'm going to be there too. When your hairline is that far back, stop. Like Tim Walls. What the fuck, dude? The horseshoe ain't working. Fuck. Oh, and the cost to edit this fucking video. That we also paid for that.
Yeah.
Fat. Guy on the right's kind of big and jacked. Don't want to fight him.
Yeah, the guy on the right.
Definitely security. They paid money for that guy. That guy's fucking jacked. Fat. He's signing a missile.
Oh my God.
Care to opine, Alan?
That's fucking.
That's fucking disturbing.
Here's what I don't get. Like, anybody that thinks this wasn't a money laundering scheme to fucking take money from the United States people and inflate our fucking price, and also like give that money to like people like Dick Cheney. Like, everybody wonders why Dick Cheney has endorsed Kamala Harris, because they're going to keep the war going. They're going to keep wars going.
That was the best endorsement Trump can ever not have.
Yeah, he's a fucking warmonger. He's an actual fucking warmonger.
The left is bragging about it. I'm like, the guy is a fucking war hawk. Isn't that Shapiro fuck? Speaking of Jews I don't like. A lot of, guys, fuck it. I'm a groiper. I'm joining the team, Alan. I'm joining the team. It's the Jews. At least those two.
Burger Enjoyer, you're not going to join us live? Are you a pussy?
He's an absolute pussy.
You're a pussy.
Pussy. Nick Fuentes. I'm a groiper. I'm a groiper. I'm a fucking groiper.
Have your camera on.
Fuck the Jews. I'm a groiper.
Cowards.
I signed a weightlifting belt this weekend.
And it felt weird, right?
No, it felt great, but I wasn't signing a missile that was going to kill people. I was just helping someone's back. I mean, Jesus Christ. I was just giving someone motivation to do squats. Victory in the field begins in the factory. So blowing up fucking people. Yeah, good job. Good job.
Good job.
I want to thank
really great.
all of the workers
Fat.
of the Scranton Army Ammunition Factory. Almost 400 people strong, Mr. President. Another 1,000 about a half an hour from here. I think it's safe to say that, Mr. President, you've shown the world what courage and resiliency looks like.
I fucking hate this so much, dude. Oh, you Gewalt.
Your profound sacrifice and those of the Ukrainian people have been nothing short of remarkable. And
they killed all their fucking fathering age men. So they're down to like old people and kids. Like that is genocide.
I've said this before. We don't need to send them any more aid at all whatsoever. We can send them migrants.
We can send them AIDS. Like actual AIDS. Just drop Magic Johnson on them or something.
Drop Magic. Jeez, I love it.
Did I say he'll give all the women AIDS?
I fucking love it. I love it. But
I always know how to win wars.
Let's send them migrants. Like send them all. We got fucking 15, 20 million migrants that could fight in their fucking war for them. Send them
the story I got picked out for after this is gonna be a great segue.
And then also, for the money that we've already given them, we should get like $200 billion worth of grain.
Yes.
Like, Ukraine is the largest exporter of grain in the world.
And
like, why don't we have any of it? Like, why are we
just
giving money? Why don't we get resources?
Ukrainian chicks are super hot. We should all get one.
Like, maybe they can work that out in the deal. I don't know.
I think that needs to be worked into point 6 of the deal. Right. Like bullet point 3.3C should be every American male gets a Ukrainian chick.
I can understand that happening.
They're super hot, dude. Like Ukrainian women are super hot.
I mean,
I'm
I
just
can
saying,
see
I'm
that,
not, for others, of course, I'm happily married.
Sadly, in the world we live in today, I can totally fucking see that.
I think it's a fair ask.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. Like, I bet you P Diddy could set that up for us.
Oh, the lube. 1,000 bottles of baby lotion. Like, I like shit lubed up as much as the next guy, but Jesus Christ, that's a lot of lube.
There was like 700 fucking dildos in his house.
I only need 3 or 4.
700 dildos fills this fucking room I'm in. What the fuck, bro?
Were they the same dildo, or were there like varying sizes and colors?
I did not read too far into that article. I
I-
saw the
I'll-
number
I'll
and I'm like, I'm out.
I'll chat GPT it. I bet you there was one of those, like, so our warehouse in Vegas, our old location, our next door neighbor was a dildo manufacturer, a dildo warehouse. And yeah, so we walked in there and I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. And I brought them a tub of peanut butter cookies and cream MTS Way as a welcoming gift. And I'm like, hey, good to meet you. Here's what we do. This is for you and your employees. He goes, yeah, well, you could pick out anything you want. I'm like, okay, what do you guys sell? Walk back there. There's like fucking like 12-inch cocks, like big black cocks, like right there. I'm like, I'm good. just accept the gift. I'm not bringing that home to my wife. She'll look at me way differently. Like I'm inadequate if I brought that home. I'm like, I'll just get the small one. I'll get the pocket rocket.
Yeah. Get the Bluetooth one.
I have a funny story about pocket rockets.
No. I'm sure.
So like I was in my 20s. Don't remember. I think it was like, and it was Valentine's Day, and I'm like, what should I get my wife? And I'm like, and one of my buddies, Vito Sansone. He actually, and she wasn't. She's looking at me right now. She's really mad at me because she didn't enjoy the gift, and I got her a pocket rocket, and she was not happy. But it was Vito Sansone's fault. She literally ran over here to give me a fucking stink eye over that. She's like, don't say that. I'm just saying, like, it's not a good gift, guys. Don't do it. She wasn't happy. I should have just got her chocolates.
Chocolates would work.
Yeah, but Vito used to, so I was young. I was in my 20s when I worked at Weider, and Vito was like 30 something. So he would always give me the bad relationship advice, but I always took it. He's like, nah, chicks love them. They're small. And she's like, what the fuck is this?
Jesus.
Yeah, don't buy your girlfriend's pocket rockets for Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
From all of us.
Notice I paused because she gave me those. She came over. She was about to hit me.
Like,
don't give that gift. She has to realize, like, we've been together 27 years on the 30th.
That's amazing.
Oh, but
bro.
I don't accept Jesus.
In this part of the world, we thank you for your courage and your resiliency. And I can tell you from General Dynamics, 100,000 people were behind you. We know your victory
That is the war machine. 100,000 people.
Yep.
is the world's victory. And so without further remarks, I pass to you, the workers of Scranton, and President Volodymyr Zelensky.
He tried to get the accent right.
Yeah. So just for reference, like, everybody realizes that Vladimir Zelensky was installed by the CIA, right? Like, this is like we should kind of accept this as real.
He's an actor.
He's an actor. Like, you can find video of him dancing in high heels and playing a piano with his penis. And I'm not joking. Like, I always find it, like, we've given like $200 billion of our money to a dude that, before we installed him as president, was an actor that played the president of Ukraine, but also did comedy skits and played the piano with his dick. Like,
this is the guy.
I'm sorry. This is him. This is
Timothy.
This is the great, military mastermind that is going to take down Vladimir Putin and Russia.
Are you not noticing how clean his fucking haircut is? Look at that fucking look at his lineup, bro. That is sick.
I will say
that is
never
fucking good hair.
It is incredible to me that this motherfucker has been at war with Russia for how many years now? No attempts on his life. Trump, in the last 2 months, has had two. In the last 2 months, Trump has had 2 attempts on his life. This motherfucker, fighting apparently the greatest evil in the world, Vladimir Putin, has been safe as fuck, flies internationally all the time, goes to the fucking, like, Emmys and shit like that. Like, I mean, are you fucking kidding me? If Russia was in control of so much, if it was all Russia, 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 this dude would be able to go no place. No
Yes.
place.
Mhm.
He would be able to go nowhere. He
Nowhere.
goes to like fucking awards events and shit like that, Met Gala shit, you know? And he's never once been in danger while at war with Russia, but Trump gets shot at twice. Somebody explain that shit to me. Like,
So another
like,
another thing, just to let you know, like
talk to me really slow, like I'm a groiper and fucking.
so
like,
so
make me
what we
understand.
figured out by YouTube, because guys, we did get a warning, is that you can talk about anything except for big pharma. So
Yeah.
we know exactly, we could talk about Zelensky, we could talk about the Jews, we could talk about anything as long as we don't talk about big pharma. We're okay. Because before that big pharma piece, Alan, we talked about everything.
Yeah.
Once you mentioned anything about big pharma, YouTube's like, warning.
Morning.
And you had
Fuck
to
off.
take your test.
Yep.
It was your
My
fucking
little test.
shaming ritual.
The questions were so biased too. My God, dude. Like speaking, like if you're a microbiologist and you tell people that COVID may have blah blah blah, is this medical misinformation? And it was yes. Like, so a microbiologist can't have a fucking opinion on the data according to YouTube. Like, get the fuck out of here. So crazy. And anyway, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk.
No. We like this channel.
We like this channel.
It's starting to grow really well. We have views and stuff, and people are here now. So let's go here.
Thank you so much. This applause is not to me, really. Everything is to you and for your work. Thank you so much. I'm very honored to be here with my team. And started, as I said to colleagues, started my visit to America from your city, from your plant, from Pennsylvania, and just some number. You said that 400 people work here, but I wanted very much to come here and to thank you. 400 people saved millions of Ukrainians.
No, oh man, we probably don't need to watch the whole thing, but no, you guys helped them genocide tens of thousands of young Ukrainian men. You are evil. I know you're just doing your job building ammunition, but you're not building it for the greater good. You're building it for genocide, people.
This is the war machine. Like, this is
Cheney.
the war machine. This is Halliburton and you know,
Raytheon.
it's Raytheon. It's people need to get there. Like, there's a reason why we're having so many issues. It's because we feed several major industries, big pharma being one, big food being another, big war being another, and the elite class, like the elite corporations. Something like, it's making its round again, but like 10 different corporations control the entire food on the planet. You know that? Like
I
10.
saw that chart today.
That's relatively insane. It's just relatively crazy. And and all of those 10 companies, by the way, most of them own pharmaceutical companies too. So, I mean, it's because like Coca-Cola, like the tobacco companies own like drug companies. Coca-Cola owns drug companies. Like, it's all together. It's fucking fucked up.
Oh, that's cool. Owen Benjamin commented on the whole Owen Benjamin, he's actually pretty big. How many followers does he have? He actually retweeted me, 239K. This is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Let's go to what he put. This gets us away from Zelensky, and then we get to the fun stuff. But he's so sassy and gay. It's the only way to beat the left, to be gayer, shittier. I finally made it. So it appears, it appears that a lot of people see through it. But again, like it's such power when you can have a group of people follow everything you say blindly. Like, it is such a power thing. You know what I mean? Like, like him or not, you know, Fuentes has a lot of power. He has a lot of power, and that's hard to grasp.
The nerd vote's going to be a big block, seeing as how there's like fucking, you know, it really is. But you know, the weird thing is the following thing. Like, one of the things I've heard you say, and I say on my channel all the time too, especially when we're talking about fitness, I always tell people to do their own research. Like, don't even trust what I say. Do your own research. Like, I mean, about like research the shit that comes out of my mouth because one, that's how I learn if I'm wrong, which doesn't happen very often. But
No.
two, but two, you should want to learn this shit for yourself, not follow somebody else, right? Like I don't wear Trump gear. I don't even like, I wear Ambrosia shit and Tiger Fitness shit because I'm in business with Ambrosia and Tiger Fitness. Like besides that, like, I don't even like wearing Nike shit because I don't like wearing other people's brands on me, right?
Yeah,
I'm definitely not going to call myself the follower of some fucking dude.
no.
No.
I'll support my homies, right? Like I'll support all the like Sharon and those guys, and obviously Sheamus. If I go to a wrestling event, I'll wear a Sheamus shirt, but that's about it. But those are my guys. Like we're friends. Like I'll wear an Alan Roberts shirt, you know?
Yeah, I'm wearing a Mark shirt too. Like, I mean, absolutely.
It's a brand.
You know? I mean,
but yeah, I get it. I get it. But to blindly follow someone because he says sassy things is just so weird. I mean,
sassy.
He's such a strong leader. He's so strong.
Sassy.
He's strong. He's so strong. He says things about Jewish people. It's so strong and brave. Yeah. It's literally pathetic. It's a bunch of fatherless dudes. That's it. You didn't have a strong man in your life, so you're following a weak one. Okay, fine, cool. But you're on steroids. You should be on steroids. You should try.
That's one of the things that's fun. Like you're 50 years old and you take testosterone. Like, I'm about to start taking testosterone. So bitches are gonna really be pissed.
You're just calling it out, dude. If I gain like 10 pounds, here's why, bitches.
Bitches are gonna be really fucking pissed. But here's the thing: as a 53-year-old man, if I am in way fucking better shape than you and my health markers are all better than yours, maybe you should take some also.
Maybe you should take notes.
Maybe you should take notes because fucking scoreboard, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm on no medications, like at all. As a 53-year-old, I can box jump 48 fucking inches. Like I'm still an athlete at 53. When most other 53-year-olds are breaking the fuck down, and a lot of it is from like shit I've learned. But me and Mark working together, Mark has opened my eyes to a bunch of shit about training that has helped me out too. That's part of what you learn and shit like that, right?
We talk diet and training every day, mostly longevity and things like that. But you know, I want to bring it back to, so my daughter's high school, when she graduated, there were like 17 valedictorians. I didn't know that was possible, but they all like tied for being super smart. And a lot of them were Indians. So instead of pointing to, hey, there's obviously an Indian cabal who's paying off the ACTs. No, we were like, what are the Indian families doing that are making these kids so fucking smart? And the answer is their family is very education centric. And that's why they have rules, they have boundaries, they enforce, you know, certain things to that help their kids get these better grades. So instead of looking at a successful group of people and being jealous and think they rule the world, they rule the cabal, whatever it is, why don't we look at that and say, how did they do that? And how do I model my life after that culture? So if the Jews are really so powerful and successful, instead of saying, hey, the Jews are fucking horrible, the Jews are bad, they run the world, hey, what are the Jews doing to garner that much power?
To put
and how do I,
where it appears that they rule the world? Exactly.
Yeah, and how do I make it where I can get more powerful for the greater good? There's a question for you guys.
Right.
Why can't other communities do what the Jewish community does, band together and support each other? Like it's the black community, right? Like what if the black community got together? And I'm all for like support black owned businesses. Yeah, okay, cool. I mean, other cultures do it. Sure. If you're black and you're looking at two restaurants, one's black owned and one's white owned, and you're like, you know, I'm going to support the black owned. I'm not mad at that. That's fine. That's fine. It's not what I do. I'm like, who has better chicken? You know, it's pretty simple for me. So I'm going to the black restaurant. They use better seasoning. But yes, it's fascinating how instead of emulating cultural greatness, cultural excellence, we look at it with disdain, when in reality, we should be like, what are they doing right? I look at the Jewish community and I'm like, okay, what are these Jews doing right? Because I didn't grow up in the Jewish community. There were no Jews where I grew. I don't think I knew a Jew when I think I did. No. Katie's friend was half Jewish, half black. That was about the only Jew I know. Yeah. Did we know any
So
other
have you-
Jews? I didn't know any other Jews.
Have you ever been around like very Orthodox Jews, like people that only eat
Not for an
kosher and everything
extended
like that?
period of time. Just Andrew.
So the thing about it is like I think that culturally they are able to keep their culture close because they have a certain, like, for Orthodox Jews especially, they have a certain eating pattern. Like, I mean, and it's harder to get the food besides places that produce it. And like kosher food needs to be blessed by, like, the kitchen needs to be blessed by a rabbi and all sorts of shit. Like, it's like there's an extensive thing, and you have to be very sure that the food you serve to like Orthodox Jewish
Right.
people is kosher. Otherwise, it's like a big problem for them, And like, so there's no shrimp, no lobster, no nothing like that, no cheeseburgers, because you can't have burger and dairy on the
Dairy,
same.
yeah, you're right.
Same thing. Like, there's lots involved in it, but it also helps it make it so the culture stays kind of together, right? Like where the culture stays like kind of locked in together, right? And to me, that makes a lot of sense, Real pro white space here.
We don't go to white spaces, dude. Like, we don't work in a white space. I don't go to white spaces. I go to an American space. I'm not a white space guy.
Is Mark white or Jewish? Is Mark white or Jewish?
I don't know. I don't want to go to a white space. I want to be in an American space.
Me
That's
either.
not America. America is a melting pot, dude. Well, it started white. No, it started Native American. Then they took that shit. All right. So it's actually more of a brownish space. It's like a tan
That's
space.
weird, man. Real pro white space. That's weird, dude. Like, I mean, I literally was just
I'm
talking
not
about
about
like
that life.
we should just have a real pro American space. It doesn't matter what the fuck color your fucking skin
People are
is, right?
weird. You fucking race people are weird people. You're closing your life off. You realize that, again, like, you're missing out on cultures. You're missing out on good people if you want to be around just your own people. And I speak as someone who grew up in a very diverse community and someone who works in a very diverse community. So why would I want a white space? That's stupid. That's just so close-minded.
A lot of you guys are probably new here, but like, again, Mark is Jewish. Whether you call it Jewish white or not, I don't fucking know, and I don't care. But
By descent,
out of all of our business partners, I'm the fucking cracker, right?
Yeah.
And like literally, I'm the white guy. Okay, like
he's the one.
like almost all Mark's business partners besides me, and I think Chad are
Yep.
we're me and Chad are the two token whiteys,
Yeah,
And,
but you realize Chad is really fast, so I don't know if he's still white. Chad ran like a 4.5 in
Get the
college.
fuck out of here! God damn.
Bro, he was an outside linebacker for University of Cincinnati. The man's an elite athlete. Like, he still can move. Like, we used to have our company parties. We used to play dodgeball. It was always me. No matter what, it was always me and him on separate teams and the last two people. That dude can whiff a dodgeball. He beat me more times than I beat him because he's more competitive than anybody I've ever met too. He's kind of an asshole. And this dude would just like whip the ball. We're getting all competitive. The one year I had to play in a dress because I lost a bet. That was before it was cool to be trans. And yeah, it was a good time, man. It was a good time. But you know what's going to be a good time? This is what I'm really excited for. Chicago. I don't know if you've seen this, but Chicago. So basically they have the Venezuelan immigrants, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, and they're having this thing where they're kind of trying to take shit over like they did in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And you do realize that there are a lot of gangs in Chicago. It's literally called Chirac. So let's see if we get this from our good friend Haya, another Jew.
America has allowed gangs to enter our country.
The migrants that are coming, they're taking over every block right now.
The city of Chicago is going to go up in smoke. It's going to go up in flames.
Gangs in Chicago are angry over the influx of migrants and criminals in their city. They say money
we can't kill enough people.
The American community on the South Side is instead going to what they call non-citizens and warn that turf wars between Chicago's gangs.
Oh, can you pause it?
Because
they're non-citizens.
Go up.
So I'm just loving it that the people who are going to end the Venezuelan immigrants are black gangs. I think it's phenomenal. Like, people don't realize black on brown crime. So when I was a kid, like, most of the crime there was obviously black on black turf wars, but there was a huge thing with black and brown crime in Inglewood. Like, that was a thing. Like, Mexican and black gangs would actually go to war. It was a thing. And then for some reason, if the Mexican mafia would call it off, it would end because there were OGs. They kind of worked together from behind the prisons. But what people don't understand, and Tim Pool did a great video about it today, but let's play the rest and we'll go over it.
In flames. Photographer Matt McDermott and I traveled to Chicago's South Side to see what was happening for ourselves after we heard about a
Okay, this bitch needs a raise. Her white ass went to the South Side of Chicago. That's amazing. She needs to get paid more, dude. Like she needs vacation after that.
police report last month.
Fucking kidding.
The Chihuahua gang had taken over an office building there. We spoke to a number.
They take over office. Imagine you go to work. It's like, nah, we run this bitch.
Wow. That's some crazy shit.
Young, hardcore gang members, as well as gang elders who have retired from the life, and just regular citizens who are very much part of the community. And they're all furious at the estimated $500 million that's reportedly been funneled toward new migrants in Chicago since 2022. And they aren't happy either about what they say are Venezuelan criminal gangs.
Is their name really Tren? I think I need to join this gang.
Yeah, no shit.
That's a great name.
That are leaving the shelters and spilling out into the South Side, into abandoned buildings.
So
Crazy.
Here's what happens. The Chicago gangs will fuck up any gang from around the world. These are the most badass gangster motherfuckers you will ever meet. And they don't ask questions. They're going to kill you. Like these are, the Venezuelans have no idea what they've gotten into. They have no idea what they're getting into with the Chicago gangs, bro. Like they have no idea. This will be the end of the Venezuelans in Chicago because they will kill the gang members. They will kill their families and they will be forced to flee Chicago. There's no way that's going to work.
How is this even happening? Like we know that this Venezuelan gang is spreading across the United States and nothing is being done.
Get them.
Like
just arrest them. Deport them.
I mean, yeah, but what is the holdup? Like that's the thing. That's why when people are like, that's when people are like, well, you know, I can't support Trump because this, that. What the fuck are you doing? Like, I mean, like we can't because she wants to keep them all here. Like, I mean, they're saying we shouldn't even call them illegal immigrants. They're illegal immigrants. Like you heard that lady. She was like, what they're calling non-citizens, bitch. It's because they're not citizens. Like, I mean, like
they're illegal non-citizens.
They're illegal non-citizens. Even worse.
But
you know,
I love it. I love it, dude. Dude, if anybody could, if there's a civil, let me put it this way: if there's a civil war, and the military tries to go into Southside Chicago, I got my money on the gang members. I'm not even playing. I don't care what weapons, because the thing is, they have auto weapons too. Like these guys have fully automatic weapons. They got all they need, and they know how to our military doesn't know urban fighting like gang members.
No.
And people think of gang members like disorganized. Now, I speak as someone who comes from those areas. So gangs are actually very, very, very tactical, and they're very well run. They're a good business. You have your OG, which is the CEO, right? You got your leader of the gang, and then he has people below him. It's basically you have your OG, your middle management, then your street soldiers. And it is very, very, very well managed. It is a very well managed organization, and they run. Think about they're running it like a business. They have the money come in from the drugs. They have the payment systems. They pay the lower guys. They pay the middle guys. It funnels up to the CEO. They keep money in the back, a little money to the side so they could buy more inventory. It's a business. I don't think people understand. The gangs are not some willy-nilly operation. These gangs are run better than most corporations in this country. And a lot of people look at me funny when I say that, but I've actually seen this. I've actually been a part of this. And it is fascinating. It was obviously in another life.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fascinating that people think that gangs are just like some people doing things on their own. Oh no, these gangs are very well put together, very well managed, and the people who run it are very talented. If you put any of these OGs in charge of a business, they probably crush it.
Yeah.
And so they also have strategies for war. They have strategies for retaliation. They have recon. They do everything. So to think that these Venezuelans are going to come in and just take over the streets of Chicago, bro, there's going to be a lot of dead bodies.
Yeah, lots and lots and lots. And I mean, at this point, let's let it rip. You should be like, let's just let it fucking go. I'm serious.
I'm here for it.
So if I was the gang members from Chicago, I'd be like, well, let's fucking do this shit, because they're not stopping the Venezuelan gang members. So what the fuck? And they haven't been stopping the Chicago ones, for fuck's sake. Like 70 people die every fucking weekend in Chicago. You know, like.
Well, to the cops' defense, man, they don't have enough resources. Like you're taking on a literal military. Like I think that we should just the cops should do this. I'm like, man, they want to go home. And those are war zones. They are literal war zones. They've been a war zone for decades. So for Venezuelans to drop literally into an enemy war zone, how do you think this is going to end? Bloodshed. It's literally a civil war. It's literally a war between Venezuelans and South Chicago gangs. And it is going to be brutal. And look, man, the Venezuelans ain't got a chance.
I'm here for it.
They ain't got a chance. It's not going to it's not going to go in their favor, because they will defend their neighborhood. You got to realize, like, defending your hood, your neighborhood, it's an honor thing. And these guys will all die for it. Like, for them, it's like defending their country. Once you get jumped in a gang, once you get initiated, dude, you are in it. You will do whatever it takes to protect your hood. So I don't think they understand what they're getting into. If you've ever been to like a neighborhood, it's like, when I remember when I first moved to the city, and I'd walk down the street. Hey, where are you from? I'm like, what does that mean? It means what gang you're from, because they're making sure that you're not encroaching on their territory. That's why the colors were such a big deal in the 90s, because you would identify your gang via red or blue. That's how you knew. So if you're wearing red, it's like, oh, okay, you know, that's one of us. Like military, like you see a guy in an American military uniform. Okay, that's a friendly, right? But if you see someone with blue, you know they're in there doing you're doing no good. So he's probably not going home that day.
Yeah.
So I don't think people understand how these things work.
Right. I mean, I will say one more time, like, okay, like we've got to get to the stage where something happens, because at this point, take your neighborhoods back. Like, take your fucking neighborhoods back. If the police are not going to let you, if they're not going to do it for you, take your neighborhoods back. Do whatever the fuck you need to do. Show up in force. Do whatever you need to do. And I'm not promoting violence by any stretch of the imagination. But what I am saying is, if you don't do it, they're going to keep taking yours. They're going to keep taking from you. They're going to keep.
What do you think happened in Chicago, in Colorado, in Aurora?
Yeah.
They took their guns away.
Exactly.
What do you think's going to happen? They disarm the citizens. You get a bunch of people who are criminals, so they're going to have weapons. And even if they don't, sheer numbers and just they're violent. They're violent animals. These are criminals.
A lot of times these guys are using machetes.
Not all immigrants are. Yeah, if you have a machete, you know the one thing that beats a machete? A firearm.
Yeah.
But yeah, good luck with that. Good luck. Good luck. That's why, again, like, if you live in an area where they took your ability to defend yourself away, you need to move. You need to find a way. Like, at this point, you need to exile. You're not going to win. You're not going to win. It's crazy.
Can you afford not to? That's the thing. Like, people are like, I can't afford to move. Can you literally afford not to? Go live with some family for a little bit if you have any. Get the fuck out of there. You know, if they're not going to defend you, like, they're not defending United States citizens against illegal immigrants. They're just not. There's two sets of rules. I don't know why we've even accepted it to this point. We should be literally fucking having trials for the people that allowed these many people into the fucking country, which is, again, against what the federal government is actually supposed to do. It's one of the main functions is to protect our border. But also, they're making it so we're giving them money. We are giving people that are committing crime against us money. Like, they're getting our money and committing crime against our people. Fuck that. Everybody should go to jail. Anybody that signed that right off the bat should go to jail. We should be holding trials for treason. And we can't do that if you like, if we just like, nobody's doing anything to stop these folks. We absolutely need to do something, which is another reason why when people are like, I can't vote for Donald Trump, like, so you want to keep the border open. Okay. Yeah, I mean, let's do it.
I'm here for it. I mean, this is the area. If that's the powder keg, I mean, it's already a fucked up place. Let ground zero be there.
Yep.
Let ground zero be there. You know, it is what it is. It's going to happen somewhere.
Yeah.
But people won't wake up because you see, we don't have time, but there's these new ads like about voting for Kamala and white men for Kamala.
Yeah.
What?
It's so weird. Like I saw that white men for Kamala, this for Kamala, that for Kamala, this for Kamala, that for Kamala. Notice they don't say Americans for Kamala. Like what? It's stop letting them divide us up into boxes. Like that's what I don't fucking get. Like why do like yeah, no Jews for Kamala.
Jews are still voting 80% Kamala. Yeah, it's
weird.
better than the last time, but like, dude, you do realize her team is the one that really hates you. Like they literally have people who want to eradicate Israel in the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
I've already been fucking canceled by the Democrat Jews after I went on Ashira's podcast. And I just totally went off on liberal Jewish women.
Well, justfully so, I would say.
I don't think I went hard enough. I censored myself.
Yeah, and that's tough for us.
It's tough, but they deserved it.
So hey, what do you got going on the rest of the week?
Tomorrow's football. Wednesday, I have a day trip to Chicago. I'm just gonna go fight some Venezuelans with the blacks. You know, just normal day.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go join Team Black. We're gonna take them out.
That's awesome.
I'll be on the black team. If I had to choose a team, I'm choosing the Southside Gang.
Mm-hmm.
I am from the volunteer state, so I'll fly in. They're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "I'm from Tennessee." Have you ever heard of the Volunteers in 1812? I'm here to help you guys defeat the Venezuelans. Like, and then I'm just gonna fight with the Southside Gang members.
Fucking outstanding.
It's what Tennessee does, man. And then what else? I mean, I'm in on Thursday. I might there's practice Thursday, but yeah, that's still football. And then hopefully on Thursday, I've been working with that kid with the ACL. Yep. He has his test Thursday morning at 7 a.m. So hopefully we get him cleared to play. Big day. And it was tough because I'm not going to see him tomorrow or Wednesday. So I got a little teary-eyed. I didn't show it, but like I'm really proud of him. He put in a lot of work. Like this kid came back from an ACL tear senior year. He's a really good running back, like an all-state running back. And so we got him back in 4 weeks instead of 13. So if he passes, and I have no doubt he will, he's put in the work, man. And I told my wife, I'm like, I can't get this emotionally connected to this job because it's fucking killing me. Like the suspense till Thursday, like the emotion I have involved in this is just, it's too much. But, I really want to see these kids, do their best in life. And it's, for me, it's the most emotional part of it is, just because at the end of the day, like, yeah, they have good dads, a lot of them, but you can't have enough strong men in your life. So
absolutely not.
I take it very personally, and it's going to be very, I told him if he passes Thursday, I'm taking you out of school. We're going to lunch. Like we're getting some food. We're celebrating. And then,
hell yeah.
Yeah. And then,
big thing.
Yeah. So it was really good. And hopefully that goes well. And yeah, that's the big thing. And of course, Thomas had his homecoming dance. He had a date. So that was cool.
Thomas is killing it.
Thomas is crushing life right now. I want to be Thomas.
Crushing like his own business, about to be a state champion, probably. Cute little girlfriend. Fucking Thomas killing it.
Thomas is living his best life.
Yes, he is. Like Thomas, the thing is, buddy, you got to keep building because you can't be one of those people that peaks in high school.
No shit. It's going to be hard to top his junior year.
It's going to be hard to top for him. Like he's only he's a junior?
He's a junior.
Jesus Christ. So he's got another year of this fucking shit. Holy crap.
Next year, he's going to be like the fucking king, Yes. I mean, dude, like, save some winning for the rest of us. Like, it's like,
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Awesome, bro.
I'm just happy. He's you know, he's put a lot of work. He's put in a lot of work the last few summers, and well, this summer especially put in so much work. So I'd love for him to win because it shows my messaging of work hard and good things will come.
Yeah.
So it'll basically prove my point that I've been trying to prove to him for the last, 16 years of his 16-year life is that,
Right.
it's all about work and doing the right thing and making the right choices. And yes, it's a big year for everybody. Every year's a big year though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every year is a big year. But so you got to, are you going to have our buddy on tomorrow?
Yeah, we're having the guy that made Hot Shots movie tomorrow.
Gabriel.
And then I'm working on people for Wednesday and Thursday also. And then just so everybody knows, Mark's not leaving. He's actually taking care of the youth of America. So
No, I have a football season, and Wednesday is a fluke. I have not a fluke. It's a great fluke. I have a very big presentation.
Fluke. Yeah, it's a great fluke.
Yeah. So
well, in about 5.5 weeks, 40-some days, me and Mark are going to probably be up all fucking night on this motherfucker too. So
yeah, election night, we're gonna have to. There's gonna be a lot of stimulants.
Yes, it really is a lot. But I'll take us out with an ad, and I hope all of you have a great fucking day. Mark, thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you, man. It's time for bed. We're old.
It's time for bed. We're old, man. All right, we'll talk soon.
All right, y'all. See you, Alan.
Ladies, come here. If you want to burn body fat, not just a little bit, but a lot, I got the perfect stack for you. It's 3 products. Ember, which is a powerful thermogenic that you take in the morning, suppresses your appetite to a degree, and it raises your metabolic rate and have you burning calories all day long. Alchemy. What Alchemy is going to do is it allows you to eat those carbs in your meal guilt-free. It's going to take those carbs and burn it off as fuel, so you have plenty of energy throughout the day. Before you go to bed, you're going to take no morbidity. It's the best part of the stack because while you sleep, a deep, restful sleep, it's going to be burning calories, burning fat all night long. So you're going to wake up not feeling groggy, feeling refreshed, ready to go about your day. So we got you covered all day long. This is called the Holy Trinity Stack. And ladies, it's for y'all, for the queens.